One of the biggest business organizations in the province was talking booze today, recommending the Ford government allow the sale of alcohol online and even suggesting making it easier to access the hard stuff. In the 30-page report, the Ontario Chamber of Commerce is recommending a number of changes that it says will, quote, modernize the sale of alcohol in the province. One of the things it wants to see is the sale of hard liquor in grocery and convenience stores.
We believe that they should have access to the expansion into groceries and big box and should be treated in the same manner that we want to treat beer and wine. If you're going
You'd like to see liquor in grocery stores?
It should be in the same way that you're going to move for wine and beer in the grocery stores, yes.
In addition to the hard stuff being sold in the corner store, the Chamber is calling on the province to allow round-the-clock alcohol sales in airports like Toronto Pearson.
That would generate additional dollars. It'd generate additional hours of work for labor. It'd generate additional jobs at the airport. All would add to the economy and add to tax revenue.
You'd like to see passengers be able to buy booze at Pearson 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right, after security.
The Chamber also wants to see alcohol producers be allowed to sell their products directly to consumers online.
Now you can go online and purchase from LCBO, but if you're a small craft brewer, craft cider, having access to things like the marketplace at eBay, Amazon, Shopify gives you the opportunity on a more even basis to get your product known and sold to the consumer.
Other recommendations include cutting some taxes on Ontario wine and cider, but will the Ford government actually implement any of this? Finance Minister Rod Phillips wouldn't go on camera today, but issued a statement that reads, quote, I'd like to thank the Ontario Chamber of Commerce for their report. Our government supports a responsible approach to alcohol sales, and we look forward to continuing discussions with stakeholders to deliver choice and fairness for Ontarians and new opportunities for businesses. Now, all this comes on the same day that a new report by the Canadian Medical Association Journal found alcohol-linked ER visits in Ontario are way up.
I come from Italian heritage, and in Italy there's access to alcohol from a very young age and in multiple locations, and you don't have the same kind of culture of abuse, and there are opportunities to do a whole lot more around.
You're talking about being careful on one hand, but then on the other you're talking about more online sales, 24-hour sales at the airport. It doesn't seem to really match.
No, you do it on a fact basis. You collect the data.
But worried about the social impact, the NDP advised caution on expanded alcohol sales.
What we've seen from this government is cuts, in fact, to mental health and addiction services. And again, cuts to health care across the board. And again, those are the priorities we need to be focusing on.
Now, the Ford government last month passed legislation to dissolve an agreement with the beer store, paving the way for it to fulfill a campaign promise of selling beer and wine in convenience stores. It's a move the Chamber of Commerce has criticized because it says it's not in favor of ripping up established business agreements. The province and the beer store remain in talks.